My goodness, Dan, what a day, what a day, what a day. Welcome back, everybody, to TBO Presents. That's not right. Yes. Welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions Presents The Big One. Today's episode, we're on the My Goodness page, looking at how good we are of human beings.
I would say I'm a good human being. Are you a good human being?
No, not at all.
Okay. I got a great time doing the test.
But yeah, so it's a little quiz that you're given $100, and each decision decides how. There will be 10 decisions, and each decision you'll decide how to spend $100 each. Each decision will be described by 3 elements: who the recipient of the donations are, what is purchased with the funds, where the recipients are located. Occasionally, some of these elements may be hidden. And yeah, you can reveal the contents if you want. But after that, we'll do some more quizzes. But to start, we're doing this one. So,
woo! Yay,
let's
more
start.
quizzes!
Right. Which lives should your $100 save? Charity A. $100 saves what? Nutritious meals. Who? 11 boys. Where? Eastern Europe. Or Charity B. $100 saves nutritious meals. Who? 8 girls. Or where? Western Europe. So 8 girls or 11 boys is the difference.
And East and West, was it East and West Europe, or was it?
No, it's just Western Europe.
Ooh,
No
do
one
you say
cares
the
about
many or the
Eastern
gender?
Europe. Yeah, so it was just the gender that changed and the number of people that it helps.
Well, what would you say? Are you
Well-
sexist?
No, but my point was $100 stretched across 8 people would go further, and $100 stretched across 11 people wouldn't go as much. So you could give
It's a
more
nutritious meal.
meal-
You can get a good nutritious meal anyway.
True.
So who do you help? Do you help more, or do you help less? Would you help the less better?
Oh no, Dan. There's little animations when you hover over your choice, and it's one's partying and one looks really cold and sad, and so you can make the little boy or girl really happy.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's terrible.
yeah, and one's just freezes to death apparently.
Do you not know that's what happens if you don't give them nutritious meals? They're going to
Yeah.
freeze to death in Western Europe. Or in Siberia?
Well, which one do you want to give it to? I don't care.
I'll give it to
I'm
the
having
many.
for both of them to stars.
For the many, not the few.
Okay, we're going boys because Dan's sexist. All right, right. $100 goes to an assault victim. Who is the assault victim? One adult woman, and where? Western Europe. Or a gift to medication. One adult woman, your relative. Where? Western Europe.
So what are the differences?
Well, one's for medication, and it's to a relative, one adult woman.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's to an assault victim, just one adult woman. They're both from Western Europe. So do you want to help an assault victim or a family member with medical problems?
Does it say if it's life-threatening at all?
No, it just says one medication.
An assault victim,
So-
is that like a victim of assault then? Someone's beaten up?
Yeah. So I can make that assault victim very happy, or I can make the medical person very happy. One person's been through a lot already and is already probably dead. Or one person's going to die. So both of them are probably going to die.
It is pretty bad at this point. So it's basically someone's been beaten up to the point of death, and someone's about to die because they need medication.
Well, it doesn't say that.
Well, let's just assume
It's
that.
assault victim or someone who needs medical help. But it is a relative of yours. So I don't know whether or not you want to help your relatives more than you want to help a random stranger who's been a victim of assault. Well,
I don't think relative should come into it, really. I don't know about you.
Depends on the relative. If it's like a distant cousin.
If it's someone you hate,
I don't hate any of my relatives, to be honest.
maybe this is a distant relative you hate.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe it's a relative of the person who's assaulting their victim. You
I
never know.
think I would give it to the assault victim because they were a victim, and medical problems, as much as the bad they are, that it's a natural thing.
Dan, I want to give you the out here. We live in the UK. We don't live in America. Medical bills don't cost us anything.
Oh yeah, that's true. Come out, victim. like
There's our
victim.
out. Victim.
But it says Western Europe, so it
Yeah.
is us. Yeah,
But we're
exactly,
still
yeah.
using dollars. So,
That's fine.
gift A, clean water to 16 senior men, your relatives, or Western Europe.
Hang on a
or
minute. What are you doing with 16? Say 16.
senior men Yeah, 16. 16 senior men who are your relatives.
That doesn't
And
seem right.
And it's $100 for clean water, and we're in Western Europe. Or clean water for one senior man, your relative, Western Europe again. So you can give it to 16 of your relatives who are all senior men, or one of your favorite relatives, your senior man.
Surely you're good for 16.
Are you sure?
What's
16 bottles. So we got $100 to give to 16 relatives so they can buy clean water, or we can give $100 so he can have all the water.
No, you help many. You help many. Always give them money.
Really? Okay. I really like my one senior relative.
No, you're 16.
No, too many. They're all touchy uncles.
What?
Okay, charity A. $100 for clean water. Who? 6 girls. Where? Western Europe. Or $100 clean water evidence action. I don't know what that means. For 14 girls, East Asia.
Ooh, Asia. Oh no, dog
Yeah.
eaters.
Yeah, giving us COVID. I don't know what evidence action is. Ooh, we can view help. Selection edition. Huh. Well, that wasn't helpful.
So what was the differences again?
So it's clean water versus clean water and evidence action, and 6 girls with clean water, or 14 girls, and in Western Europe,
Mm-hmm.
or clean water evidence action, 14 girls, and East Asia.
What is evidence action?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's you give evidence to the action.
That makes no sense.
I don't know. I don't know what evidence action means. I
Why
would hope that
not?
it's
You
some-
should know.
Well, I'm hoping you're Googling it right now.
Evidence action jobs. It's a job.
Well, we're giving them a job for $100, and there's 14 of them.
Yeah.
saying I'm just saying charity B because there's a shit ton more that it's doing. Because it's giving evidence to the action, Dan. And it's
You still
helping
don't know what
14.
it is. Evidence
No
action
one-
scales evidence based on cost-effective programs to reduce the burden of poverty for hundreds of millions of people.
Okay, so we're giving it to a charity that helps lessen the burden. And clean water. And it's to 14 people. Plus it's in East Asia.
Yeah, I think that's a better one.
Yeah. Fuck those Western girls. They can die.
The
Charity
West God.
A. A nutritious meal for one girl in North America, or Northern America. Africa. Fuck.
That's just not the same. I was about to make a joke about, we don't need to feed the Americans. I just said Africa.
Yeah, we need to feed that. Also, it's given them a name. They're called Rana.
Rana.
Rana. Rana. Or
Did she run her
We
towards the help?
maybe. I don't want to say that joke. Or we give to Charity B $100 to a nutritious meals to 25 senior women who are also from Northern Africa, but they don't have names.
Does the name mean anything to you? Does it mean she ran away?
She's running. Rana. I don't know. Rana.
Is she running for the money?
It's not money. It's meals.
Yeah, but it pays money, doesn't it?
No, we're giving money to give to a charity that gives.
So do we
them
help
meals.
one person or do we help more
25.
people?
No, we help we'll help one girl in Northern Africa with a name, or we help 25 senior women in Northern Africa without names.
I
Have
think
food.
the 25 senior women would rather help the young girl.
I also think they've had the too good for too long.
Yeah, if they manage to go that long. Jeez.
Yeah, especially in Northern Africa if
Yeah.
they're seniors.
So
Christ.
yeah, I think I'd go for the child.
Yeah. Oh God, the old ladies look so sad. Oh well. Charity. Ooh, we got some assault victims here. Oh, a boy. And he's from Western Europe. Or it's an assault victim support. Development Media International. For a boy who's also in Western Europe, Eastern Europe. Oh, so it's Western versus Europe. Western and Eastern Europe. Versus a boy, and they're both assault victims, but one gets Development Media International. Again, don't know what that is, and I get 2 options to reveal shit. So, I am going to reveal for Charity A. There's only 1. Okay?
Right.
And for Charity B, there's 12.
Ooh.
So,
So what was development thing?
Development Media International.
So is this for the first one or the second one?
Second one.
So the second one's got more people and more things.
Yes, but it's in Eastern Europe, Dan. Do we want to help the Eastern people or the Western people?
I'm
The
sure
one-
Eastern people
the
need
one-
more than the Western.
The one Western boy who's an assault victim, or the Eastern 12 boys who have been assaulted and have Development Media International.
Development Media International is a non-government organisation with both non-profit and for-profit arms that uses scientific modelling combined with mass media campaigns in order to save the greatest number of lives in the most cost-effective way.
Right?
Surely that one seems better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that poor one kid in Western Europe, but those 12 Eastern Europeans can get all the help they need.
Yeah, let's go for that one.
Right. Gift A is a nutritious meal to 3 senior men, your relatives. Where? Western Europe. Or a clean water for 34 senior men, your relatives, Western Europe. Our family members are exponentially growing older and more in number.
Do you have 34 senior men relatives?
I don't even have 3.
I don't think I'm more than 3, but I think I've got 10, maybe.
But Dan, do we want to give 3 old men food or 34 old men water, and they're all our family members?
Surely the 34 old men is better.
Also, water is more important than food, because you can last longer without food, but you can't last as long without water.
That is true, but if they need the food, they're going to need the food anyway.
Also, we could drown some of them, so we
What?
don't have as many. We don't have as many relatives.
There's too many.
34
Get
is
them
too
off.
many. Although it's a lot of Christmas presents and birthday.
What do you think? What's your idea?
Highest number wins.
Higher or lower people? Higher or lower people's lives? What would you like to go for?
Higher.
Higher.
Right. So charity A, we get medication and the Red Cross for 110 adult women, Northern Africa. Medication Systematicis Control Initiative for 110 adult women in Western Europe.
Well, at least I know what the Red Cross is.
Do you want to type this in?
Yeah, sure, because I was so lost when you said that.
SCHISTOSOMIASIS. Control Initiative.
Yes, SCI Foundation. The SCI Foundation is a non-profit initiative that works with governments in sub-Saharan African countries to develop sustainable programs against parasitic diseases.
What are they doing in Western Europe then?
I don't know, it's Africa.
Well, Charity A is the Red Cross and medication in Northern Africa, and Charity B is medication, the SCI charity in Western Europe.
I mean, the headquarters are in London still.
Yeah, they should be in Africa, I think.
You would have thought so.
Well, Dan, who do you want to help? The Northern Africa or Western Europe? Because we're helping 110 women, basically, or we're giving the Red Cross or the SCI Foundation.
I think it's better to help Africa.
Oh, okay.
Do you not?
No, I don't know. This one's difficult.
I think Africa have got more poverty.
Yeah, but we're not given the charity that's helping Africa. I guess the Red Cross helps Africa.
I think it still does, but
there's one specifically built for Africa, and it's not on the option.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, Red Cross is for England, I think.
Oh, Dan, this one's fun. Right, we get to give medication to 7 senior women in Western Europe, or we can give $79 to yourself, Western Europe.
That's quite tempting, $79. What could you buy with $79?
Disney Plus subscription.
I would
for
say
a
that's
year.
the most valid thing to buy.
You could buy
Buy some games. What game would you buy?
buy one game. I don't know what I'd want to buy. There's nothing really out at the moment that's really piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Could buy a bunch of Destiny 2 expansion packs on stuff.
Well, I think there's nothing I really want to buy for $79. So let's give it to charity.
What, you mean 7 elderly women?
Yeah.
And for medication?
Yeah, go for that
give
one. Let's go for that.
What, you want to be selfless, Dan?
Yeah. Why not?
Right, okay, so Charity A saves blank. You can click to reveal. For who? Blank to reveal. Western Europe. Or charity B is nutritious meals, UNICEF, for who, click to reveal, but there's 19, and it's in Eastern Europe. So at the moment, with no information, just Western Europe as charity A, or charity B having nutritious meals and UNICEF with 19 potential people in Eastern Europe, which one would you pick?
Probably the 19 people.
Okay. Now, for charity A, it's nutritious meals, and who is adult women, and 9 adult women in Western Europe. Okay?
Right.
And charity B is now nutritious meals and UNICEF with 19 adult men in Eastern Europe.
Ooh.
Which one do you go for? The one with more or the one with less?
But it's also different things, right? Isn't one...
Yeah. It's nutritious meals, 9 adult women in Western Europe.
Yeah.
Or nutritious meals, UNICEF, 19 adult men in Eastern Europe.
Isn't UNICEF children?
I don't know.
I swear UNICEF's children.
I think UNICEF helps everyone.
I could be wrong.
You could be. Your charitable knowledge is clearly not up to snuff, Dan, if you're not knowing every charity and what they do.
UNICEF,
Clearly you're
also
not-
known as United Nations Children's Fund.
Well, clearly these adult men have been pilfering from the children.
I was like, I'm pretty sure UNICEF's children.
Well, maybe these were children before and UNICEF helped make them adult men.
I mean, their logo is a baby.
Is it a kickable baby?
It looks fairly kickable.
Wonderful. So which one, Dan? The one just with nutritious meals, 9 women in Western Europe? Or nutritious meals, the fake charity that's designed for children, UNICEF, with 19 adult men, or Eastern Europe?
Let's go.
I
with
don't think we can give to a charity that's giving to adult men when their whole purpose is children.
Yeah, I agree. You can't do that.
Women win. Right. Would you like to better understand your judgment? Yes. No, I'm not doing that. We're basically slap dang in the middle from this. Hang on. Let me just... Oh, it just wants to know all my money. I'm not giving you that. Anyway, moving on to the next quiz.
Yay! Were we good people?
Right.
Who knows? But that was fun anyway.
The Connection to Humanity quiz. Take the quiz. Sometimes people think of those who are not a part of their immediate family as family. To what degree do you think of the following 3 groups of people as family? People in my community. Not at all. Just a little. Somewhat. Quite a bit. Or very much.
I'd say not at all.
Not at all? You don't think people in your community are family?
No.
I agree. I don't think any of them. Not at all. Citizens of your
yeah.
country, e.g. Americans or Canadians. Well, we're not in Canada or America. We're in the United Kingdom. Proud Brits.
It's probably talk about England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland.
Yeah. Not at all. Just a little. Somewhat. Quite a bit. Very much. Would you think of citizens of your country as your family, Dan?
No.
No. No, I don't.
Definitely not.
Just a little. Somewhat. Quite a bit. Very much. Not at all. Humans. All humans everywhere. Not at all. Just a little. Somewhat. Quite a bit. Very much.
No!
Yeah, I think just a little. All humans.
You can't say
I like
just a
to
little for all humans.
No, I'm joking. I don't care about people. Not at all. How much do you identify with, brackets, that is, feel a part of or feel love towards, have concern for, each of the following 3 groups? People
Ooh.
in my community. Not at all. Just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
So what was it? If people you care
How
about?
much do you identify with each of the following 3 groups? Basically, do you feel part of, feel love towards, have concern for each of the following? People in my community. Not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
What would you define as my community? Or as your
I don't know,
community?
like where you live. Or, no, I think maybe your close friends? Your community of people close to you?
I say
When I think... See, that would be what I think it wants us to think, but what I think it is the
Neighbours,
place where
right?
I live. Yeah, my neighbours.
That's
and
what I thought
my-
it would be, like neighbours and stuff.
the community around me, but it probably means like your like your friends and family, that community you've gathered around yourself.
Maybe. But if that's true, then my first answer kind of changes slightly.
Let's just go with neighbors and say not at all.
No.
Citizens of your country, do you feel identified with your great British nature?
Maybe.
Your fellow Brit? Your
Although I'm very
proud-
strange as a person, so maybe not.
But do you identify with them? Do you feel a part of?
Yeah,
Feel
I mean,
loved?
I like to say I'm English.
Do you feel love toward? Have you concern for our great country?
What, the EDL?
Mm.
Want to join the EDL, people?
Dan, do you feel national pride whenever we go to the Olympics or?
I actually do.
Event?
I actually, because when I follow sport and stuff, I want our country to win their sporting events.
I couldn't give a shit. I'm like, why do we care?
No, I get quite patriotic.
Shall we go somewhat?
Let's go somewhat.
Somewhat in the middle. There we go. All humans everywhere. Not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
Every single human?
Yep.
Not at all.
All humans everywhere.
No.
How much do you identify with them?
Oh no, I suppose a bit. I do identify that I'm also human.
Do you feel a part of the human race? Do you feel love towards the human race? And have you concern for the human race?
A bit of each, I think.
Quite a bit or somewhat?
Somewhat.
Or just a little?
Just a little. Just a little.
Just a little. Just a little. How much would you say you care, brackets, feel upset, want to help, when bad things happen to the following three groups? People in my community, citizens of your country, or people anywhere in the world? Not at all. Just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much. For people in my community, Dan. How much would you say you care when bad things happen to the following three people or three groups?
I do
people
care.
In my
I feel empathy for quite a lot.
Somewhat, quite a bit, very much, not at all, just a little.
For my community, I would say quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Okay. Citizens of your country, not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
So is this saying if something bad happened to people in my country?
Yeah. If bad things happen to the following citizens of your country, would you feel bad, essentially, or upset, or want to help them?
Yeah, I'd say so quite a bit.
Quite a bit? Okay.
I don't know about you.
Anywhere in the world?
I also say quite a bit.
Quite a bit? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was about my family, but I still I care when people are upset and stuff.
How much do you want to be a responsible citizen of your community? Not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
I mean,
how much do you want to be controlled by the government?
I care, but I care quite a bit, but I just don't like doing things.
Quite a bit or somewhat? I want to be somewhat of a good citizen.
I'm a good citizen. I'm a very good citizen.
I'm not going to go stab someone, but I'm not going to follow the speed limit in all certain places of the roads.
Yeah, I reckon quite a bit still.
Quite a bit? Okay. Oof, you're pushing the boundaries, Dan.
I don't think I am.
A reasonable citizen in your country.
I think I'm a reasonable citizen.
Reasonable? Somewhat?
I think more than somewhat. I think I'm quite a bit.
Quite a bit of reasonable, responsible?
I'm a good person.
Okay. And a responsible citizen of the world.
Oh, terrible. No chance.
Not at all.
Not
or
at
just
all.
a little.
Just a little. No, not at all. I don't think I would.
Are you one of those people when you go on holiday, you're like throwing litter across the country and
No, but I also don't.
You're getting drunk, you're taking all the resources, you're at a hotel, you're being rude to the locals.
No, but I also don't contribute to local businesses.
You're just spitting on the ground.
No, I just walk around because only time I've been aboard is on cruise ships, right? So I used to pay for my cruise ship, but then just never pay for anything in these local areas.
You're like an old man. Old people go on cruise liners, Dan.
Well, my first 5 I went on were young people, like young family ones.
Christ.
No, but it was the ones during the summer holidays. It's like a lot of family cruises. And then the most recent one, was old people. Not gonna lie.
Oh, boy. Anyway, how much do you believe in being loyal to your community? Not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
Being loyal.
To your community. So, if we take it as your neighbors, do you want to be loyal to them, or do you consider the community as your close friends and family?
Well, define loyal.
Not breaking promises.
Yeah, I'd say
Always
quite a
being
bit. I
there.
don't like to break promises.
What, to your local community?
Not to anybody, really.
Okay, so we'll say quite a bit for you, or very much?
Very
Or
much.
somewhat. Very much. Okay. Being loyal to your country. Do
Yeah,
you stand up for the national anthem? Do you sing?
No,
Do you respect the Queen?
I do.
Do you want Prince Andrew to be free?
No.
Do you want Harry and Merkel to come back and sit on the throne, even though they'll never sit on the throne?
I really don't care about them.
So you're not loyal to your country, Dan.
No. Well,
Do you
loyalty
like
is
Boris
are you
Johnson?
devoted to... I don't mind Boris. He's made a lot of mistakes and a lot of kerfuffles, but I don't mind him. He's a good lad. He's a good laugh.
Yeah.
I think he means well most of the time, but he gets... Yeah.
So are you loyal to your country, Dan? Would you go and serve for your country in a war?
Not
Like
in
some of
battle,
our friends
probably,
do.
but I wouldn't mind doing engineering jobs.
Okay.
So,
Shall we say
somewhat?
somewhat loyal to your country? Loyal to all mankind. So Dan, if an alien spaceship came down and said, "Take me to your leader. I want to kill him," would you throw the leader under the bus, or would you take them to the leader?
What do you mean here? Throw them under the bus?
So if an alien came down and said, "I'm going to kill all humanity unless I get a sacrifice you'll do," would you be loyal to all humanity?
Yeah,
And
I would. If
I
they said-
wouldn't. Fuck that. I'm living. If
Kill
it's
them all.
me and the rest of the world, fuck it. I'll live. I want to be friends with aliens. If I get to live and aliens take out the rest of the world, fuck it. I'll live with it.
Nah, I'll sacrifice myself.
We'll go somewhat in the middle then.
There we go somewhere. Yeah.
When they are in need, how much do you want to help? People in my community. Not at all, just a little, somewhat, quite a bit, very much.
If they're actually in need, and if they actually ask for something, I won't say no. I'll say yes.
Okay, so you say somewhat?
Yeah, I say somewhat because I don't offer. But
What if they want an organ?
they must wait?
What if they want your lung?
They're not going to have my lung?
What if they want it?
They're not going to ask for your lung
What if they're dying and they need a lung? And you're the perfect match?
because then you'll die. You can't
No,
survive
what if-
on one lung.
Yeah, but they might be on one of those lung machines, and if you can get a lung,
Yeah, but you'll die.
well, would you sacrifice it for the need of the community then?
No,
So you're not at all helpful.
that's not at all. That's not a reasonable request.
You wouldn't give up a lung to
No.
help your fellow neighbor?
No. I think what I'm assuming it's going to come later on for the country or humanity.
Yes. People all over the world.
But they'll go for.
What if the world wanted a lung?
We'll go
Would you
somewhat.
give the-
We'll go somewhat.
Somewhat. Citizens of your country.
Well, I've actually registered for bone marrow registry.
I also am bone marrow, blood, and organs.
Yeah, I've got all three as well. So I would say quite a bit.
Quite a bit-o. And now, Dan, for all the people across the world, no.
No, not a chance. No.
No. Just a little, somewhat, quite a bit. I wouldn't give the world an organ. Depends.
I'll say a little.
Depends.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little.
What is your age? 18 to 29.
God, we're old.
In terms of your gender, what do you identify? Male, man. How
Well-
spiritual are you? Not at all. What are you? Are you spiritual, Dan?
Slightly.
Slightly, somewhat, very, extremely.
Spiritual or religious?
Spiritual.
What does that mean? What?
Are you in touch with your spiritual nature?
No. It's a little
No,
chaff.
not at all. Oh boy. Okay, Dad, do you want to give this information away? Please provide your best estimate of your annual income before taxes. Less than $15,000, 15,001, or 25. Let's just say
Let's
more
go
than
10,000. Let's go 10,000.
There isn't an option for 10,000. Less
Huh?
than 15. Less than 15,000.
Let's go less than 15,000. Yeah.
Or we could go more than 150,000, Dan. This podcast's really raking it in.
Oh yeah, more than 150,000. Yeah, we're so
More
rich.
than 150,000. We're,
So
we're
rich,
raking it
yes,
in
yes,
with.
yes.
Yeah. Please select your ethnic background. If you identify with more than one ethnicity, please select the one you identify with.
All
the
of
most.
them.
Hang on. Middle Eastern, multi-ethnic, European, American, Caucasian, Asian. We're just gonna go European, American, or Caucasian. How would you describe your political views, Dan? Very liberal, moderate, conservative, very conservative. I'd say moderate. I'm bang in the middle, pretty
I'm
much.
bang in the middle. Yeah, moderate.
Also, I can never remember which one's which. Never helps.
Well, it's left and right.
That doesn't help. I'm dyslexic. I always forget.
Well, no, left and right is not to do with actual left and right. It's just the saying. Left is
Wrong and right is right?
extreme. Extreme cases. Left
the
is
right.
communism. Right is fascism.
Cool. What is your geographical location? New England, outside of the United States, the West, the Pacific Northwest, the Southwest, Midwest, East, Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, New England, or outside the United States.
Outside of the United States.
Submit all answers.
Why is this part of the quiz?
I don't know, it just wants to get to know us, Dan. Your results, you score 50 out of 90, which suggests that you identify strongly with all of humanity.
Can we answer like not at all for that exact statement?
Pretty much. we only scored 50 out of 90, so we're like just above
It's
still
somewhat.
buff.
It's somewhat.
Yeah. Travel. Visiting foreign countries is a great way to cultivate understandings of different ways of life. Okay, none of this is interesting. Anyway, moving on to Pro Profs quizzes. Humanity test.
Is this the last
You
one?
are a human. True or false?
True. Or are we? Maybe we're aliens.
Correct. Bravo.
We could be a lizard people, you know.
My favorite drink is blank. Now I get the option to type in a drink. Dan, what's your favorite drink?
Hot chocolate.
Hot
I
chocolate.
love hot chocolate. Can you spell chocolate?
CHOCOLATE.
Yeah, I think.
Hot chocolate. No, the correct answer was water.
Nah, my favourite drink is hot chocolate.
I drink blood. True or false?
False.
Correct.
What?
Select the ones you like. Tea, blood, gold, noodles.
Tea.
I don't like any of them.
Tea.
I like gold. Okay, tea. Do you like noodles, blood, or gold?
gold.
Oh, tea, gold, and noodles was all correct answers. Incorrect, but we got it wrong because we didn't get noodles. Write
Aw.
down what goes with these words. Garlic take blood. Oh,
Cake?
garlic steak blood.
Oh, garlic
What
steak
goes
blood.
down? Write down what goes with these words. Garlic steak blood.
Vampire?
Vampire.
Why are we doing a quiz about vampires?
It was a humanity quest. Nope, wrong. Pasta, 10, or eel.
What?
What was the video about? Type your answer. There is no video. Ghosts.
What is this quiz?
Correct answer, ghosts. We did it. We are certified of achievement. You got a score of 33 out of 100 on the humanity test. Hell yeah.
What?
Right, morality play.
Okay. This is the last one.
19 questions.
19
Last
questions.
one.
All right.
You pass someone in the street who is in severe need and you are able to help them at little cost to yourself. Are you morally obliged to do so? Strongly obliged, weakly obliged, or not obliged?
I'll tell you not obliged to do so.
You're not obliged.
No, like obliged is like you're meant to do it. You don't have to.
No. Okay.
It's not
Moving on
your
to question
responsibility.
2. Dan, now I know this is hard for you to imagine. You have a brother. You know that someone has been seriously injured as a result of criminal activity undertaken by him. You live in a country where the police and legal system are generally trustworthy. Are you morally obliged to inform them about your brother's crime? Strongly obliged, weakly obliged, or not obliged?
So is this
You're not
saying like how basically I feel I should, or
Yeah, do you feel like you should dump your brother to the legal system and it's trustworthy, so maybe he won't go to prison for fucking forever?
how bad is the
Or-
crime?
Or it just says someone's been seriously injured as a result of criminal activity
Oh, that's so
undertaken by your
tough.
brother. So basically, your
Oh.
brother shot someone in the testicles and then has just walked away. And you know about this story because you were there filming it. And
Oh, yeah.
do you throw your brother in to the crime? See, this is interesting for me because I have a brother who has been in trouble with the law, so
Oh, right.
and I have not told on him. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What are the options?
Strongly obliged, weakly obliged, or not obliged? Are you obliged to tell
Oh.
the truth to the cops? Or do you let your brother sit back and relax while some guy with his testicles blown up is sitting in hospital?
I don't. Part of me likes upholding rules, though. That's the trouble. I know he would be my brother, but like,
Throw your metaphysical brother under the bus, Dad.
yeah, but I like upholding rules.
Exactly, so throw your brother under the bus. He's only make-believe anyway.
That's true, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Yeah.
Throw him in the bus.
So,
I was
strongly
thinking real life.
obliged.
It's not real life. Throw him in the bus.
Question 3. Do you think that assisting the suicide of someone who wants to die and has requested help is morally equivalent to allowing them to die by withholding medical assistance, brackets, assuming that the level of suffering turns out to be identical in both cases? So do you think it's okay for someone to be assisted in death, or do you think basically withholding them from medical assistance until they die is... like, basically they're a potato and they're just sitting there until they die?
But you said the suffering is bad both ways, right?
Yeah, turns out to be identical in both cases.
Now, I'll say not to assist him.
Wait, so do you think that assisting the suicide of someone who wants to die and has requested help is morally equivalent to allowing them to die by withholding the medical assistance?
Oh, it is morally equivalent.
Yeah. Do you think it is morally equivalent to basically kill them, but they want to die, rather than just basically waiting for them to die.
Yeah, but they suffer the same both ways, right?
Yeah.
If you're assisting
But-
them, you've killed them. You just committed murder.
Yeah, but they want to die.
You,
And they
you
don't
still
want-
committed murder. That's not the point. You committed murder.
Yeah, but I think it's the slow, painful death.
It's the same both ways.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think it is or no or yes? That's the only two options.
No, it's not morally
No?
the same. They're different.
You are able to help some people, but unfortunately you can only do so by harming other people. The number of people harmed will always be 10% of those helped. When considering whether it is morally justified to help, does the actual number of people involved make any difference? For example, does it make a difference if you are helping 10 people by harming one person, rather than helping 100,000 people by harming 10,000 people? Yes or no?
I'll say no, it doesn't matter.
No?
No, you're hurting people. If under the Hippocratic Oath, one of the lines is do no harm, which basically means that if in the situation where if you help this one person, then you're going to hurt someone else, you shouldn't help. You do all you can to help one person without harming someone else. So it doesn't matter how many more people you're saving number-wise, or you're still hurting other people.
So your answer is no.
Yeah.
Okay. You own an unoccupied property. You are contacted by a refugee group which desperately needs somewhere to house a person seeking asylum who is being unjustly prosecuted in a foreign country. Your anonymity is assured. You have every reason to believe that no harm will come to your property. Are you morally obliged to allow them to use your property? Strongly obliged, weakly obliged, not obliged.
I would let them, but I wouldn't say I'm obliged to do it.
See, I don't know if the obliged is the right word.
Yeah, well, obliged means like you feel like
wait.
you have to do it, right?
Obligate. Obliged. That is obliged. I'm not saying
Yeah,
obligated.
you
right?
said it right.
Yeah. I'm thinking
It's basically
obligated.
a duty of commitment, or it's legally bound, or something like that, right? It feels like you have to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I don't think you have to do it, but I think you probably would do it.
Yeah, I would, but that's not the question. The question is, do you feel like you have
Are
to
you
do
a-
it?
Do you feel like you have to do it?
And I don't feel like you do have to do it. It's still your choice.
No, not obliged. I would personally, but
Yeah, exactly. I definitely would, but it's just
A
I don't feel
charity
obliged to.
collection takes place in your office. For every UK $10 given, a blind person's sight is restored. That's fucking incredible. $10 to restore someone's sight. How have we not used this more? Instead of donating £10, you use the money to treat yourself to a cocktail after work. Wouldn't do that. I don't like cocktails.
What?
Are you morally responsible for continued blindness of the person who would have been treated had you made the donation? Responsible, partially responsible, not responsible.
Yeah, you're still
Not really.
responsible for it.
Are you though? Because they're still getting money from charities. So for every £10 you don't give, someone could get 20.
It's difficult,
So-
isn't it? Well, no, but it's two independent events, right?
Yeah.
So your money does make difference to the overall goal.
But it also takes place in your office. So if you don't give it, people are still giving it in the office. So.
Yeah, but the point is, the overall total, each person giving it in this ideal world, I know people it's like peer pressure in the actual world, but each event is mutually exclusive from each other. People are only given money from their own choice and not other people's choice.
But I'm
so
saying
my
that
point is that if you base on that, and let's say the end amount is anonymous, then the amount being £10 less than what it was means then you are then responsible for that one person not getting eyesight because
depends.
the value is now £10 less. However, at the end of the day, it's a difficult situation to be in.
I'd say you're partially responsible.
Yeah, I think
'cause-
partially responsible is the best way to go for this.
Someone you have never met needs a kidney transplant. Ooh, it's organs, Dan. Our favorite. You are one of the few people who can provide the kidney. Would any moral obligation be to provide the kidney be greater if this person were a cousin rather than a non-relative? So do you think basically if your family needed it, would you give it more than you'd give it to a random person? Yes.
Would I give them more? Who needs it more urgently?
So basically someone you've never met needs a kidney transplant. It's basically not asking whether or not you wouldn't give it to the person with the transplant. It's just saying, would you feel morally obligated to give it to someone who's a relative, basically a cousin, rather than a non-relative? You still probably end up giving it to the kidney person. I'll read it again. Someone you have never met needs a kidney transplant. You are one of the few people who can provide the kidney. Would any moral obligation to provide the kidney be greater if this person were a cousin rather than a non-relative? So basically it's saying if the person wasn't someone unknown and it was a cousin, would you feel more obligated to give it to that person rather than the non-relative? So if it was your cousin or something, would you feel more obligated to give it to the person if you were a match rather than
Yes,
the
I think I
distance
would.
between? Yeah? You'd give it to a cousin over a relative?
Well, no, it's just that.
Non-relative.
No,
You'd feel more obligation to do it because you'd have like all the
Yeah,
family
yeah.
pressure. Yeah, morally obligated, yes. You can save the lives of 1,000 patients by cancelling 100 operations that would have saved the lives of 100 different patients. Are you morally obligated to do so?
say again.
You can save the lives of 1,000 patients by cancelling 100 operations that would have saved the lives of 100 different patients. Are you morally obligated to do so?
Like I said, no, because do no harm.
No.
It doesn't matter how many people you save. By hurting other people, you do not harm other people.
It's the trolley problem.
Yeah, and the most sad fact is the most fair and moral thing to do is to do nothing, no matter the
Or
consequences.
drift it, where it spins on both tracks.
Yeah, kill all of them.
Are you morally Are your moral obligations to people in your own country or community stronger than those to people in other countries and communities? Brackets, assuming no unusual circumstances, for example, suffering because of famine in either your own country, community, or other countries, communities. Close brackets, question mark. Do you feel more obligation to people in your own country rather than people in other countries? Not really. I donate to more charities outside the UK than I do to charities inside the UK.
I just don't to charity.
Let's just sit on that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just sit on that statement. So I don't think my moral... I think it's just to whoever I want to give my money to, really. Like, if it's a charity that I believe in, then I'll give it to that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's based on national pride, really, or community pride. It's like, I'll do it if I... Like, I've given to charities all across countries and other stuff, and I'm just like, well, it's whatever one that at the time I want to donate to. It's not anything... Like, I don't really think about where it's... Like, what country. It's just like, what charity needs the money, and I'm like, well, do it to that.
Okay, how about this, right? What if it's two charities that have the exact same amount of people who've got the exact same problems, but in different countries? Doesn't make a difference.
No, because I probably end up donating to both.
There you go. Then. That's answer now.
Yeah, no. You deliberately sabotage a piece of machinery in your workplace so that when someone next uses it, there will be an accident, which results in that person losing the use of their legs.
What?
Are you morally responsible for their injury?
Yes.
Yes!
Definitely.
Responsible. You deliberately sabotaged a piece of machinery to do it.
You are definitely responsible for that one.
Man, I don't know what part of the machine would make them lose their legs?
Blade flying off into space.
Tractor. They just
It's a tractor, yeah.
You know the identity of someone who has committed a serious crime. It's your brother, resulting in person being badly injured. It was your brother. Are you morally obliged to reveal their identity to an appropriate authority so that they are dealt with justly?
Do I have anonymity?
Doesn't say.
Shall we assume a case?
I'd say no.
Okay.
If you do it, you'll be known for doing it.
Partially.
So weakly obliged, or
Weakly
strongly obliged, or
obliged.
not obliged? Just weakly obliged. You don't have to, but you probably should.
Yeah.
Like, it only takes good men to do nothing for the world to burn, or whatever that quote is. I can't remember it.
That's a good quote.
Yeah,
But-
I think
so-
it's...
It's a very thought-provoking
Oh, no,
podcast episode.
I think it's all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
Oh, that's
I think
it,
that's
yeah.
I think that's the quote. And it's I don't want to get into it. Anyway, you can save the lives of 10 innocent people by killing one other innocent person. Are you morally obliged to do so?
No! Okay, why does it keep coming up with this? Stop killing people!
It depends. It says innocent person.
Doesn't matter. Do no
But
harm.
how innocent are they?
Do no harm.
What kids do they have under their cupboards?
You have just said that.
I know I have. I'm morally obliged to do so. You see a charity advertisement in a newspaper about a person in severe need in Australia. Hey, I love Australia. There is no state welfare available to this person, but you can help them at little cost to yourself. You have a good reason to believe that any help you offer will make a difference. Are you morally obliged to help the person? Strongly obliged, weakly obliged, not obliged. I mean, you're not obliged to. You can do. You can choose to do it.
It's like,
I think we're going to get real bad on this quiz.
maybe we're horrible people. I thought I was good. Maybe I'm not.
You are required to send a person a gift. How am I required to send a person a gift?
Secret Santa.
Oh, crap. Fuck, I hate Secret Santa. I never know what to buy people. Also, the price range is always so low and it's shit because you can't buy anything good. And you have bought a bottle of drink to send them. However, what drink? What have I bought them? How much have I spent on this person? Is it champagne? Is it just a can of Coke?
Maybe. Carry on. What is it?
However, you discover it is a poison. Oh, fuck me.
What?
And if consumed, will cause blindness to the drinker. To replace it with non-contaminated bottle will cost you £10. You can give the poison drink as a gift anyway. Are you morally responsible for the blindness of the drinker? If you know, yes.
Yes.
£10 is not that much.
Nah, mate. I'm too tired of my money. Make him blind.
I already spent.
Absolutely.
I don't have 20 quid to spend. I spent £10 already on this drink.
Where did you buy your drink from? Tesco's.
No, it'd be Sainsbury's or something.
Sainsbury's.
One of the Lidl.
No, it'd be the corner shop down the road.
Yeah, one of those dodgy ones that has dodgy people in it.
Yeah, do you know what?
You know the one.
Like
if you're out there,
because I really dodgy like alcohol store, isn't it? Like, they're shady.
The one where it's got a cracked window and you don't know how it got cracked, but you know someone's head got cracked on that window. A situation arises where you can either save your own child from death or contact the emergency services in order to save the lives of 10 other children. You cannot do both, and there is no way to save everybody. Which course of action are you morally obliged to follow? Save your own child or save 10 other children?
I think save your own child.
I'd save my own child. Fuck those 10 other kids.
It's your own child. Anyone would do the same for their kid. Like, everyone always does what they can for their kid.
Yeah. You're not morally obliged to help other people's kids. You're morally obliged to save your own because you're their parent.
Yeah,
that's
like,
your moral obligation to do so.
Same as a doctor.
If the 10 other kids' parents can't save them, then that's their fucking problem, not ours.
It's the same as go back to the doctor analogy. The doctor does what they can to save their patients and not the other doctor's patients.
Except if you're Dr. Cox from Scrubs, then you try and save everyone's patients and get really sad when they all die.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but like actual real life.
Save your own child. Boom.
Yeah, you save your own first.
You can more doctor stuff, Dan. You can save the lives of 10 patients by cancelling one operation which would save the life of a different patient. So it's the same question we had before, but less people. And
Stop killing people.
Are you morally obliged to do so? Yes
No.
or no? Well, technically, you're killing the 10 people if you don't. Because basically, you
do no harm. What is doing no harm?
You're harming less people.
By cancelling an operation, you are harming it. Wait, say morally obliged to cancelling the operation.
Are you morally obliged to do so?
No,
you can
you
save
don't
the lives of
cancel the
10
operation.
patients by cancelling one operation which would save the life of a different patient. Are you morally obliged to do so?
No, you don't cancel the operation. If it's already booked in, it's happened. That's fate. That's it.
Yeah, but fate can change.
No,
Dan, to
the thing is,
where
by
you
doing
cancel
that, you are acting on harm. You are then harming that person.
You own an unoccupied property. You contacted by a welfare organization. We've had this question, which desperately needs someone to house a person from a nearby town who is being unjustly prosecuted. Your anonymity is assured. You have every reason to believe that no harm will come to your property. Are you morally obliged to help them use your property? Strongly obliged,
No.
weakly obliged, not obliged. You're not obliged to make them. You become aware that a piece of machinery in your workplace is faulty, and that if not repaired, there will soon be an accident which will result in someone losing their legs. Despite knowing that nobody else is aware of the fault, you take no action. Shortly afterwards, the accident occurs, and someone does lose the use of their legs. Are you morally responsible for their injury? Yes.
Yes, have we had this one already?
Different wording. You were the one who caused it because you broke the machine. This one's the machine's faulty, but you don't report it.
Yes, you are still. You're an idiot. Report it.
You're responsible. Last question, Dan.
Oh,
You can save the lives of 1 million innocent people by killing 100,000 others. Are you morally obliged to do so?
no! Stop killing people.
Right. Are we male or female? Male. What is your nationality? Great Britain. What religion do you have? None. No religion. There it is. Are you religious?
Science stuff.
No
maybe.
religion. Morality play analysis. Your score is 66%. Right. So your moral frameworks can be more or less promiscuous. That is to say, you can employ a wide range of principles which vary in their application according to circumstances. Less promiscuous, or they can employ a small range of principles which apply across a wide range of circumstances without modification. Example might be this clear. Let's assume that we committed to the principle that it is good to reduce suffering. The test of morality parsimony is to see whether the principle is added simply and without modification or qualification in a number of different circumstances. Supposing, for example, we find that in otherwise identical circumstances, the principle is applied differently if the suffering person is from a different country to your own. This suggests a lack of moral parsimony because the factor which could be taken to the moral irrelevant in an alternative moral framework is here taken to be morally relevant.
So we're
Cool.
somewhat good people.
Well, we're somewhat morally relevant people.
Yeah.
So basically it's saying, are we more or less parsimony? And we got a score of 66%. So the higher your percentage score, the more parsimous your moral framework. In other words, a high score is suggestive of a moral framework that comprises of minimal number of moral principles that apply across a range of circumstances and acts. So yeah, we so basically we're sat slightly above. We're on the 66% scale, I guess.
So to answer our question at the beginning of the episode, are we good people?
We're 60% of morally promotioning people.
But does that mean we're good?
Oh no, it means it doesn't say, it makes no judgment. It just
but
says,
out of our 4 quizzes we've done, would you say we're good people?
I'd say I'm a good person.
Am I a
But they're
good
saying
person?
that makes it result in negative, so. Because no good person thinks themselves good.
No, I think sure that's a myth. You can think you're a good person.
No, because that's selfish, Dan.
That's not selfish. You just think you're a good person.
Self-righteous.
No.
It's cocky. No one should be cocky.
No, because if you just say you're not a good person, if you think you are a good person, then say you're not a good person. It's lying, which is
No,
worse.
because Dan, you can always improve.
Oh yeah, I definitely believe you can always improve, but it doesn't mean you're not good.
No, Dan. No one who isn't continuously improving and going to a point of no return where they can only get to a certain highness and they never get anything because they're always trying to score higher and higher on a morality test is bad. Only people who go the highest of the high on morality tests are good people.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the episode. Very deep one.
It was morally deep.
I've had enough about morals now.
Oh, more analysis.
No, I'm good, but we're done. We're done right now. All right. Check out last week's TFE. New TFE coming up.
Soon.
Yes. Check out the socials in the description.
Like and subscribe. Have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye-bye.